And are you refreshed? Good. Now what?
Thank you, thank you. Oh, thank you, Esther, for doing these seminars, all the planning, and I just appreciate you so much.
We're all in this together, aren't we?
Yes. I'm a mother of 4 of the most amazing, beautiful, sweet, precious, delicious little boys. And I love them, and they're wonderful, and they left my body not the same way as when they came and they left. They didn't leave it the same. And so I mostly really enjoy my body, but I want to know, and I'm pretty sure, that I can achieve what I want without surgery, and I want to know how this can happen. I think my cells can regenerate, can kind of suck back in where they were supposed to go, perk back up where they're supposed to go. And I want guidance on how to, because it's a desire, and so you said that I could have it, and I want to know how.
Well, it's not just desire, it's belief, isn't it? And so here's the way we would approach anything, especially like that, but anything. Think in terms of path of least resistance. One day, some years ago, a woman sat in the hot seat, and she is a photographer. And she was getting ready to do some underwater photography. She wore glasses, rather impressive glasses with very thick lenses. And she had a struggle when she was doing her underwater photography with her glasses. So someone had told her about a surgery, an eye surgery, and it was someone close to her who even offered to pay for it. But she wanted to know the appropriateness of surgery. Shouldn't I be able to use the power of my thoughts to bring myself to what I want? And we said, maybe. And we expect that you will be banging rocks together today to make fire to cook lunch. We said we didn't think that it was a good idea to shy away from the evolution of technology that makes some things that you want a path of lesser resistance. But we know what you're getting at. There are things about the surgery that you want and things about the surgery that you don't want, and so forth. So the answer to your question is, you can accomplish it through the power of thought, but it's not just what you desire, it's what you believe. And it's interesting how powerful your belief is, and your belief is based upon what you observed. You began talking to us about these 4 beautiful children, and then they, blessed beings that they are, left me in a different state of being that I was before them. That's a very strong statement, and most everyone would say it's strong and it's accurate. As Esther said earlier, but Abraham, it's true. And we say, you make things true by collecting your statistics, by coming to agreement about them, because your body will respond to your thought. Your body is very quick to respond to your thought. But your thought has to be about what you want, and usually on subjects where you are observing something that is different than what you want, your thoughts are often much more about what you don't want than about what you do want. You observe all day, you observe all day, you observe all day, and then you say for a minute, I would like such and such. And the balance of your thought has to match what you are wanting. So the ways to accomplish that are to get off the subject altogether and to trust that your desire has been well placed, and that as you meditate and quiet your mind and therefore deactivate those and any beliefs that are of hindering nature to you, those beliefs will take a back seat, and the cells of your body will respond to the clarity and the purity of that singular mindset that you are offering. It is much simpler than anyone knows. You are such observers. We were talking about that earlier. You are such observers of reality. And reality is so much more broad and vast, and so many more components to it than most humans realize, because you mostly only count the reality. You want to call this real. This is the real stuff. This stuff that we can see right here now. What we're seeing and hearing and smelling and tasting and touching. This is reality. And we say, it's really old news. It's the results of how you've been flowing the energy. And really, most people flow energy now the same way they've been flowing energy. That's why things are always changing, but they keep changing to more of the same. And we know there's all that rationale, all that data collection, all that observation, all those real facts that you want to hold up as evidence of why you can't just have everything you want. But those are flawed premises that humans keep regurgitating, and you don't have to. You don't have to.
So are you saying, I'm hearing two things. One is I could choose to have a path of least resistance be to go ahead and have the surgery and maybe...
It's like someone saying, do I need insurance? Do you think I should have insurance? And we know that when some people are fearful, that insurance is the path of least resistance for them to feel better about where we are, even though we know that you don't have to have insurance to be assured of well-being. But to the degree that they are afraid, then the insurance is a buffer that is a better path of least resistance for them. Does that make sense to you? There's no right or wrong in this. You have resources that you haven't begun to tap into. There's so many things we want to say to you about the difference between the way you think with your human mind and the way your inner being thinks with this non-physical consciousness and knowledge. And the closer you get to thinking like your inner being does, then the happier you are, the freer you are, the more powerful you are. You have this leverage. Your cells will respond to your thought. But most of you are thinking about what is. Most of you are thinking about what is. It's not easy not to think about what is. What is pretty dominant in your experience. But you're asking this question. I have desires that are different than what is. And so we say, well, what are you thinking about the most? Well, I'm thinking about what is. So we try to find ways to explain this vibrational world and to get you to focus more in a vibrational way, because we know the physical will follow. It will. The physical will always follow the pattern of thoughts that you are offering. And so since you've already launched these thoughts, and since your inner being is already on them and focused upon them, it would not be a difficult thing for you to gently, over time, think different thoughts. But here's the thing. If you've been listening to us for a while, we've been saying things to you like, think about what you want, not about what you don't want. And then we say to you, but, and it's a big but, law of attraction is surrounding you and offering up to you thoughts that are like the thoughts you're thinking. You'd like to be thinking these thoughts, but these are the thoughts that keep coming to mind, because these are the thoughts that are close to the thoughts that you've been thinking. And that's why it is so much easier to just quiet your mind of thought. And just for a little bit of time, let what you really want be dominant. And if you do that on a regular basis, beliefs that have been hindering you will become inactive enough that they won't be a player in your experience.
Thank you.
Yeah. Enough?
Yes.
Really good.